The King Price Trailseeker Series visited the Western Cape, where riders arrived at Plaisir wine farm near Stellenbosch for round 4. A week ahead of the Absa Cape Epic, the marathon race attracted a few international riders and many of the top local pros who are looking to test their legs and each other.
It's awesome to always race trail seekers here in the Western Cape. This is the final little test before Epic, so I think everyone is going to be wanting to see where they're at. So yeah, it's going to be a sore one today.
Also on the start line was South Africa's Alan Hatherley, who ended his UCI World Cup season ranked at number 7.
Yeah, really good year for me, a lot of growth, just progressing my way through the elite level at the World Cups. Yeah, not much to complain about. Olympic year, it's been a long one, but a really good one. So yeah, really happy with the overall season so far.
On the back of 4 World Cup top 10s and 8th at the Olympic Games, Hatherley was the race favourite.
I set out my goal for the season to just be top 10 consistently at all the World Cups, and really happy that I managed to kind of go over and above at a few of those World Cups. Now, I mean, it's always it's home soil. I mean, I love riding here. I mean, I always look forward to coming back and riding these trails, and eventually now I have the opportunity to race them. So really looking forward to today.
It's not often that the South African cross-country champion races a marathon event at home. He would have his work cut out though. Matt Beers has been winning races for fun this year, including the national marathon title. Route director Pieter Foster on a specialised e-bike ducked in ahead of the leading group, which was 6 strong as they climbed away from the start venue. Team Insect Science had Arno de Toy and under-23 Keegan Bontekoning in the mix. Beers of Type Dev Nanotime was the man they feared. Having lost contact, Bontekoning and Nortje dug deep on the old Hulshoogte pass climb. After 21 kilometers, the dark stormwater drain took them under the new pass and onto the feared Boortmas Kop climb. Tristan Nortje led Matt Beers, Arno de Toy and Alan Hatherley on the 5K ascent. Back at Plaisir Wine Farm, the elite women were preparing for their start, and like the men, the stars came out to the race.
First marathon race of the season actually, so super excited. I thought I'd work one in just before Epic, and yeah, excited to see how it goes today.
Really excited. It's good to have the racing back, and I know this course is going to be super hard but also a lot of fun.
It certainly was both those. The surrounding mountains and valleys are home to some of the most enjoyable and challenging trails in the country, part of a network that is expanding rapidly into a world-class mountain bike destination. Mariska Strauss and Candice Lill will be teaming up for a tilt at the Absa Cape Epic. The pair have been racing the cross-country World Cup circuit all season. The long Cape winter had stretched its tentacles deep into October. The men's lead group was still together as they ascended yet again. Hatherley currently in 4th position. The course was knitted together to showcase the trails of Banhoek Conservancy, Old Bethlehem, Boschendal and Ida's Valley by FACE's route director Pieter Foster in conjunction with the local trail gurus. A high percentage of hand-built single track made for a true test of technical skill. Combined with the mud and slippery rocks and roots, the race exposed those who lacked confidence in this type of terrain. Good line choice was vital to prevent mechanical issues on the bikes. The route was a salute to the craft of the numerous trail builders, as these world-class riders made it look all so smooth. Nortje and Wessel Botha and Arno de Toy and Alan Gordon will be aiming at the African jersey at the Epic. Beers will be teaming up with 2020 world champion Jordan Saru, while Hatherley and Andreasen will also be a formidable pairing. Having riders of this caliber taking on the marathon added a degree of star quality to the King Price Trailseeker.
Yeah, it was amazing to have the big names at the event. Normally we don't get international riders at the Trailseeker King Price events just because it's close to home and it's really a family event. But being the week before the Absa Cape Epic, we had some international riders like Simon Andreasen and Jenny Stenenhag competing against some of the locals, and then the strongest locals we got in the country. So we had Alan, who's a cross-country national champion, Matt Beers is a marathon champion, Tristan, who's under 23 cross-country champion, so the men's field was really star-rated. The ladies' field as well, we had Mariska Strauss and Candice Lill, who's also both SA champs and past SA champs. So it was an amazing field, and it's great to see the top riders race, and I think they're all prepped and ready for a great Cape Epic as well.
The South African cross-country champion showed his class. Hatherley made his decisive move and surged to the front as they raced through Boschendal and Plaisir, and the Cannondale factory racing rider took the win 2 hours 56 minutes and 19 seconds. Beers had to, for the first time this year, play second fiddle in a marathon event. The Type Dev Nanotime rider was in second place after a brutally tough race.
Yeah, really good day out. Really tough conditions with the rain and mud, made it a lot tougher than I think we all expected. Some big names on the start line today, so definitely wasn't going to be an easy one. Kind of just played it really patiently until about the 50k mark, which was the climb of the day. Put the effort in at the bottom and managed to get a little bit of a gap, and then just used the descents to extend it. Matt had a flyer, he was keeping me on my toes all the way to the line. Was looking behind me the whole way in, wasn't sure when he was going to come, but yeah, really happy to have pulled it off and take the win here. We're a week out from Cape Epic, so really happy to have tested the form today, and everything seems good, so yeah, happy days, and thanks for an awesome event.
Yeah, Alan I knew he would be able to open a gap on the slippery stuff, and he did, and then yeah, I just rode as hard as I could to try and close the gap, but as it would kind of close a little bit on the climb, then he would just open up on the descent, so there's not much I can do. Obviously he's a lot better than us at riding in the mud. We don't even know how to do it here.
Yeah, it's really cool to have such one of these trail seeker races. It's been a while, and with COVID obviously making the numbers thing difficult. So first of all, thanks to the organisers for putting this event together, and yeah, it's an awesome opportunity for us to test our legs against some of the best guys in the world. I mean, with Alan winning and Matt Beers, a lot of respect for those two, so I'm happy to be the best of the race and finish third today.
A world-class podium in Banhoek as Hatherley, Beers and Du Toit celebrate their efforts. The national cross-country champion and marathon champion were the only two riders to finish under 3 hours. The women's race developed into a three-way tussle between national cross-country champion and double Olympian Candice Lill of the Faces team, former champion Mariska Strauss of Dutch team CST Postal Bafang, and Cape Town's Amy McDougall of the Motorlease Paragon. Third at the Nationals a few weeks ago, Strauss had a best World Cup result of 26th at Lenzerheide. Lill has been in great form of late with some impressive results to show for it, and she confirmed her good form by winning the fourth event of the King Price Trailseeker Series.
Yeah, so it was a great day. The conditions were pretty wet and wild, quite a lot of like slippery mud, like clay. But it's at the point where you just kind of say to yourself, okay, I'm going to surrender to this and just enjoy it, and then you really do. So I have a bit of experience riding in the mud, and I actually just enjoyed it.
Amy McDougall passed Strauss and took a confidence-boosting second place, comfortably ahead of third place Strauss, in a race she thoroughly enjoyed despite the conditions.
So much fun. I think these conditions are great. Yeah, same for everyone, and it just makes it challenging, but well done to everyone who finishes today. It is really a challenging course.
That it most certainly was. The top three showed great form and were all home in under 4 hours. Good to see Swedish champion Sterna Haag back in good health. All told, 17 women finished what was one of the toughest marathon races of the year. Evidence of just how tough was clear, with less than half the field finishing the marathon.
It was a wet one today. The trails were super slippery. I think you did well if you just stayed on top of your bike. But nevertheless, it was a good day of mountain biking, lots of climbing, lots of sketchy downhills. It was a fantastic day out on the bike.
That's what it's all about. Tougher the better. Riding with good mates. I mean, my partner was a bit fat and flabby today. Kept me up a little bit. But yeah, I mean, kudos to the farm owners. Stunning trails. Organisation was brilliant. So yeah, top day out there.
It was. We had all the elements. It was very slippery. A few of us ended up in the bushes, which was great. But yeah, it was. I think the trails are amazing. They're magnificent. The single tracks were awesome. If it had been dry, it would have been even better. But it was great.
Lots of fun. It was really lots of fun. To do something in tacky, slippery mud to challenge your skills and tough route, but lots of fun.
The resilience of the riders was matched by their precious bikes, which were given a much-needed wash by the eager crew.
King Price!
As only the Cape's Mother Nature can, she turned a rainy, cold and muddy morning on the bike into a sunny, dry and warm afternoon for the trail runners. A stunning contrast and perfect conditions for those who came out to enjoy the sunset run.
Love these trails. I haven't done this trail before. I've done the previous Banhoek, but that was a different route, so I'm looking forward to see how it is.
You know, it's just nice to be back out with running events, so I'm just happy to be able to run in this beautiful part of Stellenbosch. Looking forward to it.
We added the trail run to the series to include the runners. We had been doing mountain bike for years and years and years. Then we had the run on the Sunday, and then decided this year we're going to change it to a sunset run. So you can do both in the same day, and it's growing nicely. We have 3 differences, a 3 kilometer, 5 kilometer and a 10 kilometer.
As with all King Price Trailseeker events, the emphasis is on having fun. The slopes of Simonsburg were both foe and friend depending on which direction you were running. As the sun dipped behind the mountain, the views across the Berg River Valley were stunning.
The trail was very nice. Yeah, it was really sublime with the sun setting, it getting a bit cooler. Yeah, and it was my style of a race with the climb at the start and then all the way downhill to the finish.
We included a 3 kilometer, a 5 kilometer and a 10 kilometer in the trail run, and I can truly say Cape Town is next level when it comes to trail running. You have, first of all, 4 seasons in one day, so it's fabulous. You start off with the rain and you end at 40 degrees. But the forest, the vineyards, the mountains, the rivers, it is absolutely magnificent. So, yes, Cape Town has definitely won up on the Gauteng trail runs, and it's definitely something to do. So we'll see you in Wellington on the 30th of October.
But before then, round 5 of the King Price Trailseeker series is upcountry at Sondela Nature Reserve in Limpopo on the 23rd of October, before the final round on the trails of Wellington on the 30th. The King Price Trailseeker mountain bike and trail run series was proudly brought to you by King Price Insurance.